Hello Cancer, Ashley here. We're going to do reading for the week of February 7th. We're going to look at last week, this week, and next week, just to kind of get a feel for the energy that's been around you as of late. So, got some interesting numbers here. We have 6, we have 51, which reduces to a 6, and then we have 22. So you might be seeing some of those numbers. All right, so I am a little bit behind on the weeklies. I tried to get those love bonuses done, which I will link at the end of this reading for you if you haven't yet seen yours. But then we had illness hit the household, so it kind of slowed me down a little bit with everyone having a virus. So let's get going here and see what's going on for Cancer. So this is the week leading up to Valentine's Day. Got a lot more movement coming in this week. All our retrogrades are now over, and there's plenty of astrological alignments coming in that are kind of speeding things up. So we're finally getting a little bit of a break from kind of feeling a little stagnant for a while there. We have the 9 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. The 7 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. The 6 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Oh, let's see. It looks to me like there's a pretty good focus on abundance this week, so could have some nice news showing up here. We're going to clarify and see what else we get here. You can see these pentacles, I'm really noticing them below this milk and honey card, so I do feel like there's some sort of positive news coming in. Could be career related here, or really anything, but with those pentacles there, I do feel like there is something showing up after maybe a period of difficulty. I also feel like you're definitely tapping into your intuition here in the following week. We got a lot of Pisces energy showing up there. And I also feel like there's been something that's been going on here this last week, and we'll talk more about that in a minute, but it's kind of almost like, it feels like kind of cutting your losses, kind of like weighing the pros and cons of something, realizing where there's been, roadblocks or mishaps, but also where there's been, progress and positive things happening here. So, all right, bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups, Knight of Wands. See, I do feel like there's communication coming in here, and I feel like you've maybe been waiting on it. This could be someone from the past with Judgment showing up here. But with getting the Lovers and Judgment, I do feel like there's a choice to be made that's showing up for you. Could, again, have to do with career here. Trying to move into something more stable, I feel like, with that Capricorn energy there. But I feel like it's been after a period here of maybe feeling stuck, stagnant, disinterested even. Definitely have some love cards showing up here. 4 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and the Lovers with the Sun. So soulmate energy here. And I do feel like there's communication coming in. So we're going to clarify and see what's going on. So in your first row, we have It Is What It Is. So it's kind of like this energy of, you can see this big door is shut. Like a door's been closed here, but with all the kind of like the stars and everything around it here, I do all these orbs on the card. It feels to me like protection from the universe, like a door's been shut on purpose. So we'll see what we get when we tap into this past week. But again, it's a number 6 here, which is also the number of the Lovers. So this could be a relationship that was kind of put on pause, right? Especially since we just came through all those retrogrades. We have the 9 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands. To me, this feels like something got put on pause or a door got closed because there needed to be some self-recognition, even emotional independence here. Like really seeing how you're capable of doing things on your own. But again, I still feel like there's been this weighing of the pros and cons. It's like you can see the positive as to what this situation is, but you can also see that there's been some losses here, right? For some of you, it could even be a little bit of avoiding your own happiness here, kind of on a subconscious level, because the success of it actually coming into fruition is kind of intimidating, right? Let's clarify. Getting a lot of messages there. So take what resonates and leave the rest. With the 9 of Cups, we have the 9 of Cups. So wish fulfillment, right? And 9 of Pentacles. So I love that energy together because we have both emotional independence and actual self-independence here. So you're capable of taking care of yourself on the physical plane. You can provide for yourself, pamper yourself, but you're also happy. This is very single energy. You can see in each of these cards there's only one person. And with the 9 of Pentacles here, she has a hawk. And so it's also connecting in with universal guidance here. So I think there's an understanding here that that is part of what's happening. With the 7 of Swords, we have the 9 of Swords. So there's definitely been something that has been stressing you out. It looks to be a decision, like what are the next steps? I don't know what to do. How do I protect myself? But also feeling like there's a lack of understanding as to what to do next. Again, if this is one of those scenarios where there's a little bit of self-sabotage going on, that's showing through clearly again here with the 9 of Swords and 7 of Swords. It's like, okay, what choice do I make? And am I making that choice in such a way that is not going to put me in harm's way, right? Because I actually feel like you're aware of potential self-sabotage. Like, even if it's happening subconsciously, I think you're trying to pay attention to it so that you don't do it, is what I'm feeling here. So it's kind of like being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because you want what's best for you, right? You want dreams to come true. You want to be successful, right? And with the 6 of Wands here, victory is definitely something that you have at the forefront of your mind. We have the 7 of Wands. So really wanting to stand up for yourself. But then there's, there's these subconscious insecurities, or there's just fear showing up here. So when it comes to this Oracle card, it is what it is. There's clearly been an event. There's clearly a choice to be made here. But it's like not knowing which step to take. Do I go left? Do I go right? And here are the pros and cons of each option. But to me, it feels like a little bit of a lack of self-trust, because we do have that showing up here next week. So it feels like you're kind of trying to get to that place where you know you can take care of yourself, but there's still little pieces being worked out, I feel like. This week, we have this lovely milk and honey card. So, I mean, this could be a number of things. This can just be kind of enjoying what you do have, right? Having gratitude, taking pleasure in things that are physical, like taking bubble baths, like spending time out in the sun, enjoying nature, eating really good meals, drinking fine wines. I mean, it could be a number of things. This feels like self-pampering, but for most of you, I feel like this is because this is like a celebratory energy. We have the 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. I feel like you've kind of won out here. But I feel like it's because you took a risk on a choice that you needed to make. You knew you needed to make it. You were stressed about this decision because you were maybe iffy on whether or not to trust your gut here. But I feel like it's turning out to be the right choice here, even if with this 5 of Swords here, I kind of feel like there's been some, you know, just mental stress, conflict. And I feel like what this card is saying, showing up here, is like, it's almost like you can finally lay the swords down because just making this decision, you actually feel better, you know, now that it's not hanging over your head. And I do feel like your ultimate goal here is just stability, right, in life, balance. So whether this is a job offer that's showing up, someone showing up as a friend to help you out with something that's been difficult. Let's clarify. With the 10 of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Wands. I feel like this has really been like some heavy responsibility that's been weighing on your mind. We have the 3 of Cups, but I do feel like that is ending. We're celebrating here with that 3 of Cups. So again, it's like this celebratory energy. So I really like this, but I feel like it's happening after a period of stress, burden. With the 6 of Pentacles, we have the 6 of Swords. I really like that. And again, 6, 6, 6, 6. There's a lot of that showing up here. And the 6 of Wands. So we have this lovely balance energy showing up in this angle in particular. And the 2 of Pentacles. So I do feel like you're moving into a more balanced state here, emotionally and physically, right? So whether it's just overall happiness and abundance, I feel like you're headed in that direction. And I do feel like you've made the choice already, or you are making that choice this week. But more so, I feel like you're discovering that the choice you made was the right move. Because I feel like you're moving into a more calm and peaceful place versus all this kind of stressed energy that we're seeing here. With the 5 of Swords, yeah, we just had some fears here about what to do. And the Star, like, what's my destination? What do I do next? And I do feel like there's something showing up this week that it's like this sigh of relief. But then to follow that, it's like drinks and cocktails to celebrate, or, you know, celebrating with those friends that have supported you during this really stressful time. So I really like that. In the future position, we have the self-trust card. So I do feel like that's part of what you've been battling here, Cancer, is just this, like, I have this wisdom, right? And And I feel like you've been developing that for some time, right? But I do feel like this past week, it's been really weighing on you as to what to do next. And I kind of feel like really what's showing up here, I feel like no matter what choice it was you made, whether to go left or right, I think actually both lead to this more balanced, calming waters energy here. I do feel like you're working hard right now, for sure. So there's a lot of busy activity here, but it includes all this celebration and being able to lay this burden down that you have been carrying for some time. And to me, it feels more like a mental burden, a heavy responsibility, right? And then this week, I do feel like you're kind of gaining clarity on that intuition. We have the High Priestess, the Hanged Man, so strong Pisces here, and the Queen of Swords. So you can see that her head sits above those clouds. So she is seeing clearly, and I think that to me this feels like kind of like a reflection on what you've just gone through, this kind of self-test, right? With the High Priestess, we have the Six of Wands, which I really like because we had it here with the moon. So your intuition has kind of been just telling you, keep going, keep fighting, you're going to succeed. Even though on all sides of you, there were maybe signs that it wasn't going well, right? And the Sun, look at that. Love that. Could definitely have some Leo showing up for you. Here we've got strong Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Cancer. Here you are. A little bit of Libra. With the Queen of Swords, we have the Magician. So, right, it's like you make the choice and now you know what to do because you took that step, right? So no matter what meets you on the other side of that choice, now you know you have the tools to deal with whatever comes up, right? I think it was just this like, what do I do kind of energy. And I do feel like you've been dealing with disappointments here leading up to this past week with this, it is what it is. I do feel like you had several doors close. And so it was like, okay, well, I thought I was supposed to do that, but then the door got slammed in my face. And that's, I feel like, what caused all this wishy-washy uncertainty and the stress. So we have the Magician and the Knight of Swords. Again, I do feel like there's news coming in here. And I do feel like on some level you have been manifesting communication to come in. So this whole time that you've been trying to make a decision, I do feel like part of that has been related to some sort of news showing up, right? Whether that's a job offer, communication from a friend or a lover or what have you. And we had a lot of communication cards at the bottom of the deck as well. So that is showing up. Could be an air sign. With the Hanged Man, we have the Ten of Cups. Love that. And the Three of Swords, which is interesting. So I do feel like, again, there's this reflection period that's showing up here. You're able to see the bad with the good with the bad of what you've been dealing with here. But more so what I'm seeing with this is I feel like you're actually taking the time and having that gratitude for what it is that I feel like you had all along. And I don't feel like, what's interesting about that is I don't feel like you didn't know what you had, right? Like I don't feel like you were taking something for granted, but I do feel like because of these doors closing and the difficulty, the stagnancy of what you've been dealing with, as soon as you get this break, and we finally have something to really celebrate here, right? some positive news showing up, some sort of celebration coming in. Now I feel like you have the mental space to even look back at what's been difficult and have an even greater appreciation, not just for what you do have, but also for kind of the trials and tribulations that you've been through here. I think you actually have this feeling of being really proud of yourself for having accomplished what you have just been through. And I feel like this has been going on for some time. I want to say like several months for some of you. So whatever these doors have been that have been closing. Now if it was a love situation, again, I feel like that was likely happening. Like the doors were being shut to it because there needed to be some self-trust developed here, some deeper understanding of the positives, right? Even if you appreciated them before, I think that appreciation is deeper. This could also be, what's being celebrated here could also be a reconciliation, right? After having decided that things needed to improve in this dynamic and be healed. Again, strong Pisces and Leo here, but I feel like your intuition kind of told you the whole time that it would still be victorious, it would still be successful, but it was going to be kind of a long road to get back to good, is what I want to say. And I do feel like if you've been waiting for communication from someone, that is coming in. And I also want to say, if that's the case for you, I feel like they are also having the same understanding, the same enlightenment when it comes to the happiness that the two of you had together with this Ten of Cups. Even when there were periods of pain, especially after this particular period of pain and separation here. So, a lot of info that came through there. I hope some of that resonated for you. And I will see you in the next weekly reading. Bye.